Okay, so welcome to our Pacesetters. Can you believe tonight and next week and it's going to be over? Um, wow, it's flown. But I want to do a little bit of a recap about the training last week that Shelly did and then explain our topic for tonight. And we've got some interviews that we're going to be doing tonight. You're going to be hearing from some sister consultants, which I love that. So last week when Shelly taught, it was a little bit of focus on people time. You guys talked about vision. The more you hang around and learn from others, your vision starts to get bigger. And that's one of the things I definitely love about seminars is you're around a lot of big thinkers, which really helps your vision get bigger. You guys talk about learning how to lead yourself well and what's the next best step. So, hi, Shelly. I see you there.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so tonight, as we're wrapping up the last 2 weeks of this, and it's also our last 2 weeks of the seminar year. I know you guys have probably heard that from meetings to messages and communications with your directors. We are in the last 2 weeks of the month. So how did you do if you even look at the first 2 weeks of June? If we just keep it in a very short time capsule, first 2 weeks of June, you were to evaluate, how did I do the last 2 weeks? You need to do that. If you're not having a time of evaluation in your business, you need to, because it gives you the opportunity to make a really quick pivot if there's something you need to change. So for the last 2 weeks, what would be a win for you for June 30th? Some of you, maybe it's going to be finishing the National Court of Sales or the National Court of Sharing. Maybe it's the Go Get Princess Court of Sales or Princess Court of Sharing. Maybe your goal is to be your unit's Queen of Sales or Queen of Sharing for your units, year-end seminar awards banquet. Maybe it's to earn that Gillies party. The company did a June promotion for 3 new qualified personal team members in the month of June. You can go to Gillies. Maybe it's going to be that. Maybe it's going to move up one level of the career path. I don't know. But I know sometimes we all can get off track, right? I mean, that's part of business. We all have our great weeks, our great months, even our great years. And then other times it's not quite as great. So it's okay if you get off track. What would be the next step then to get back on track if you need that? So where are you for June and what would it look like to finish well? Okay, we want all of our pace setters to finish June well. Finish the seminar year, and that's going to look different for each one of you. So really the theme in our banner is let's finish well as we race to the end. The NBA finals are going on right now. And I was actually watching a little bit before I came up here to get on the call. I don't watch it throughout the season. Really, in any sport.
This was supposed to be yours.
I know that one.
Ashley, you need to mute.
Oh, okay.
I'm hearing all your background there.
I'm sorry.
Okay, but I'm glad you're on. Okay, so the NBA Finals. Here's a great example of you got two teams who desperately want to finish well and be the NBA champions. So the previous game, the Golden Gate Warriors were ahead 3 games. Okay, they had 3 games. Cleveland Cavaliers had only won 1. There's only been 2 teams in the NBA final history that when they're behind 3-1 games have gone on to win it. So the last game, the Cavaliers really needed to prove themselves, and they won, okay? And they won on the other team's home court. So tonight, it's 3-2 on the game count. Cavaliers are playing on their home court, desperately want to get this to a tied series, right? So just what I witnessed just now, you guys, LeBron James and the Cavaliers, they are out to win it. These guys have a vision to finish well. They the shots and the plays already were just amazing. So it was like 9-30 when I came up here to get on the call. They're already, I mean, anything could happen, but it's a great example to finish well. They're having to come back from behind, but they're not giving up. They're encouraging each other as teammates, just as we want you guys to encourage each other as a group of Pacesetters amongst our own units. You guys are the ones to lead out for your entire units, too, to finish strong, whatever your unit's goals are. I know Shelly and I are both, our units were in career car requalification, so it's time to rally, and you guys will lead out and lead your unit, right? You're our stars. You're going to be our slam dunks. Okay, so speaking of stars, and I want to do some shout-outs before I go into some more training. Registered for seminar. We need to do some shout-outs to those that I know are registered already for seminar. Yolanda Daves, Rachel Carlos, Becky McFadgen, Lanice Heath, Lauren Dennison. Okay, we do have till June 30th, you guys, to get registered for seminar. So, Pacesetters, lead the way and get registered for seminar. Okay, Pacesetters who were star consultants. We just had a quarter end. We had Felicia Pratt, Becky McFadden, Yolanda Daves. Yeah, give a little wave when I say your name. Let me go back to that. Felicia Pratt, Becky McFadgen, Yolanda Daves. Or you can say something if you're on the phone calling in, do a little woohoo. Jennifer Norrie, Lanice Heath, Lauren Dennison. Oh, yay! Yay! Lauren Dennison. Yay, Lauren. Leanne Morris.
Yay!
Yay.
I was trying to shout out for Jennifer and Lanice, but I was muted. Sorry.
You guys, way to go. And then I want to definitely give a huge shout out. We've got some consultants that finished the seminar year doing Star Consultant all 4 quarters. Woohoo! Wow. They are Lanice Heath.
Lanice. Woo, Lanice. Lanice, yay.
And Yolanda Daves. Yay! And Becky McFadgen.
Awesome.
I know. And then I'm excited too because Jennifer was a star, and this was her first quarter in the company.
Woo-hoo, Jennifer.
Go. So Jennifer, don't ever not be a star. Just keep it going. You'll hear many top directors and nationalists who have been a star consultant every quarter since they've been in the company.
Yeah,
that's
huge.
Is huge. So you have the opportunity to do that. And that would be so huge. Okay, also, Summer of Red's promotion. We've got 2 Pacesetters that did all 3 months of Summer of Red, Rachel Carlos and Lanice Heath. Yay! Yeah, that's so cool. So cool. Going to go to Gillies with us. I love that. The 4 quarter stars are going to go to Gillies. It's going to be so fun. Okay, Princess Court of Sales, Lanice Heath. Yay.
I don't know where she is, but I'm blowing her phone up right now.
I know. Okay. And that for the, Princess Court of Sales, we have until June 30th. So I know some of you that are really still pushing to finish that. So you have till June 30th to finish that for sure. Know your numbers, break it down for the next 2 weeks. Get a plan for what you're going to finish out your year and let your director know. We'd love to help you if you need us to help you map out a game plan on that. Okay? So, finishing well, June 30th. Perhaps you would like some ideas on how to finish well by June 30th. And I love stories that share how consultants have led themselves well and perhaps pushed through. Because we all have those moments, you guys. We all have those points where nobody else is in the room. Your director's not there saying, get on the phone. Let's call some customers. Let's get some bookings. Mary Kay said at all times we should have 10 bookings on our date book at all times. So if you don't have 10 appointments on your date book right now, that's your first goal. So get on the phone and get 10 bookings to be held between now and June 30th. And a booking can be a facial, a party, an interview. Fill your date book for the next 4 days, okay? But I'm going to do an interview. We have a unit member who has been leading herself well, and especially you guys, we all know the value of going to, local Mary Kay meeting, and I hope you are plugging into your local meetings. But sometimes we live in communities where maybe they have local meetings available, and we have Felicia Pratt, who is in a small town in the western part of the state of Oklahoma, Weatherford, Oklahoma, and she moved from Oklahoma City, where she had tons of opportunities for lots of phenomenal meetings of which she participated in. Now she doesn't have access to a local meeting, so I'm part of her lifeline, if you will. But, she is one that leads herself well, is always accessing education. She doesn't need me. She knows where to go for her information. She knows what to do to motivate herself. So, Alicia, I want to let me just do a little bit of an interview with you. Let's share with them, how long have you been building your Mary Kay business?
First of all, you're making me blush. I don't know if you can tell. But in April, it was 3 years that I've been building my business.
Okay, so for 3 years, and you get to stay home full time as a mom. And what are the ages of your kids?
My oldest is 3.5 years old, and then my youngest just turned 8 months old.
3.5-year-old and 8-month-old, both boys.
Yes.
And I can appreciate that, having raised boys. That means crazy, active, go, go, go.
Never stop.
Never stop. And you moved, how long did you move from Oklahoma City to Weatherford?
Exactly a year ago today. Tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
I just remember when you
like
moved,
exactly a year.
you were very pregnant.
Very.
A little under a 3-year-old, very pregnant, knew nobody when you moved to Weatherford.
Yeah.
Your husband is the director of the local YMCA, Shane. He's an amazing guy. I love him. Husband, great father, very supportive, and I just appreciate that too. But life is full and busy, and you're doing this Mary Kay thing, and you're out there kind of on your own, So here we are, and I know, for example, Star Consultant was your goal, because that's one thing you want in place, because your bigger goal is to set yourself up to get into DIQ and for directorship. And so we all know part of DIQ requirements are to be a Star Consultant the quarter prior to submitting. And so you just wanted to have that in place too. You know what? Are you a 4-quarter star now? I'm questioning myself.
3.
3. Okay.
Just 3. I know. That's one.
Baby, I didn't get that. 3 out of 4 is great. Okay, so what happened maybe 2-3 weeks ago when you decided to do what we're going to share with them in a minute, what you did to finish your star? Can you kind of describe what was in your thinking leading up to why you decided to do what you did that we'll be sharing here in a minute?
Well, I knew I still had some of my star left to go. And it's actually something I did last year. So I knew it was something I definitely wanted to do again, just based on my success from last year and just knowing that I had a lot of fun doing it last year. So I wanted to do it again this year.
And what is it that you did that helped you finish your star? Just tell them a little bit of the logistics of what you did.
Well, basically, I had planned out I was going to have $1,000 day, $1,000 in sales in one day. And so there's a lot of stuff. I've seen kind of stuff on the internet and different directors' websites and stuff. But last year, I did the same thing. And so the way it worked for me was the reason I love this business, we moved out here to Weatherford, but I still have been able to keep in contact with all my customers that I've had back in the city, and then been building my customer base here as well. And so basically how I communicated to all my customers and family and friends that I was going to have $1,000 day, I kind of worked it together as a customer appreciation day as well. And so I got a list together of all my customers and family and friends, got all their addresses and all their emails, but I put together a letter. It was loosely based on one that I'd found on the internet too. But just kind of giving them a little update on life. Last year was when we were moving, so I kind of let them know I was moving, but that I could still be their consultant and that I'd be taking care of them, but then kind of giving the update now that we have, 8-month-old and how life's been going here. But just let them know that I was kind of a special challenge to have $1,000 in sales in one day and how they could be a part of that to help me. And I included as part of my kind of customer appreciation and for them to help me. I did a 15% discount on all orders throughout the day. And so for me, I just didn't want to do really high because I didn't want to give away a lot of profit. And I still wanted to give them something that is kind of a little incentive for helping me out. And so I sent letters, I printed them all off and put them in really bright colored envelopes so they get them in the mail and be like, what's this? And so I picked a day. And so for me, that was this past Saturday. And I did a Saturday last year as well. But I just really picked a day that I knew that I told Shane, he's like, he can't hear us right now because I got the headphones in. But I told him, I needed to have some time in the afternoon and evening to, follow up with customers and check in with people. But mailed off my letters the Wednesday before, sent emails out to all the customers I had emails for the next day. And then I set up a Facebook event, a private event, and invited all my customers through that as well. So
Okay.
I got it rolling.
What I want to capture, so Saturday, the sale happened.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hit $1,000 at the end of the day on Saturday?
Well, throughout the day, I posted kind of updates on my Facebook event, like, we're at 500, thank you, and the incentive as well. I said when we reached $1,000 that I would do a drawing for someone to get their order half off. And so every $10 that they spent, their name would go into the drawing. And so
Love that.
We reached, I think it was probably 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and I think we were still at right under $900. And so I kind of sent out a last email and put a post on Facebook, we're really close, and kind of left it at that. Well, woke up Sunday morning and we were still at right under $900. So we didn't finish on Saturday $1,000.
Pause there. So this is a great teachable moment. So we didn't make the goal.
No.
Right. Does everybody get that? We didn't make the goal. How many times have all of us set out to do something and we don't make the goal? What you do next.
Mm-hmm.
What you do next is the leadership learned. Some would say, hey, almost $900. I mean, that's more than what I would have sold, right, had I not done it. But she didn't do that. This is a part where she even led herself well again. So you woke up Sunday morning, and it doesn't sound like you're in a pity party. What did you do then Sunday morning? I mean, how you respond to that and what you did next is huge.
Well, I basically decided, looked at Shane, I said, we're almost at 900. I said, I know we could still break 1,000. So I posted on Facebook, just, hey, I said, look, it's my challenge, it's my party, and I can change it how I want to. So I told them that we were going to extend it till 7 p.m. that night, and that, we were so close that I really wanted to do that drawing so someone could get their order half off. And so then I had already contacted a bunch of my customers on Saturday, but I hadn't made it through all of them. So that was another reason I knew, I hadn't completed it. I needed to continue on. So I just sent texts to the rest of my customers, personal messages, just saying, hey, $1,000 day was yesterday. This is how close we are. Is there anything that you're running low on or you want to try? And so we ended at 7. It was 6:45 p.m. and I was at $985. And so I was like, come on, we can do this. So I posted another post on Facebook, and I've been updating them throughout the day, and immediately, within 5 minutes, and we were out shopping and doing stuff all day, and so I've just been checking in and responding to my text messages and emails, and posted that, and then I checked back 5 minutes later, and it was like Okay, add me another lipstick. Okay, I want to go ahead and order another eye makeup remover. Okay, I just placed an order on your website. Will that do it? And so
Oh.
really by the end of it, we had, I just wrote it down, we had $1,055.80. And this is after I did my drawing that evening. And so that's after I gave my person who won the drawing 50% off. So my total sales after all discounts were $1,055. So. And it was so much fun because I've never done a Facebook Live before. So I did like my first Facebook Live video and, drew the winner's name. So it was kind of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, how does it feel now? Now you did it.
It feels wonderful.
Yeah. So that is a beautiful example of leading yourself well, finishing well, and just the strength and perseverance and so many things represented there. Your commitment. I mean, I hear a lot of commitment to the goal. That's the stuff we have to all have within us, because there will be obstacles. There will be pushbacks. You'll have to figure out a way to go over, under, around, right? I don't know why we think the Nationals in their beautiful suits and they're all so gorgeous and poised, we think they've always been that way. They have not. Anyway, Felicia, thank you for sharing your story and letting me interview you on that, and I'm excited about that. Okay, so we have another consultant we want to share a little bit on her story. And so, Shelly, are you and Lanice ready?
Well, it's actually Lauren. And I'm excited because I actually haven't heard her full out story. But I just know Lauren is amazing. Lauren, first of all, you look so super cute tonight, Lauren.
Thank you.
A little updo there. But Lauren here has been building her business, I believe in July, it'll be a year. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so Lauren, speaking of little ones and busyness, Lauren is extremely crazy busy. And so she is, she's a full-time school teacher. And so she's just been off on break for a week? You had 1 week off.
2 now, I think.
Okay, maybe 2. But you guys, in her first 2 weeks off from school, she's had her twins' birthday. Wow. And so how old did they just turn, Lauren?
They just turned 2.
Wow.
And they can tell you that.
So twin girls that just turned 2. And I think they were both sick in the middle of all of that.
Yes, and still one of them still is again.
Okay, and she had a wedding anniversary in the mix of all that as well. Mm-hmm. And of course, the star deadline. So pretty crazy circumstances. And so Lauren, I'm just gonna let you share your thought process like before, and like what you boxered me. Or just your
embarrassed
where you were head wise, and then I'll fill you in on a little. I'll tell you a little secret, but I want you to tell your story first. Go ahead.
Okay. Gosh, I remember looking at my boxer to you, Shelly, and being like, "Oh wow, what a change of heart." I boxered Shelly on, I think it was Monday night. Yeah, it was Monday night because I couldn't make it to our meeting because one of my girls was still sick and she started running a fever. And anyway, and I was like, it's not going to happen, Shelly. Like, I'm sorry. I know I'm letting everyone down, and I just am not willing to do what it's going to take, and it's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. Like, I just let her know, I'm not where it is. I spent my first week off of school being so lazy, y'all. I mean, like, I didn't want to do anything. I could barely take care of the girls. I just wanted to watch TV all day. And I all throughout the school year, I'm like, it's gonna be great this summer. It's gonna be great when I have all this free time. No, I don't. I have no free time. I have nothing. Like, summers are not what they used to be now that the girls are here. So,
how far away from Star were you?
I was $312 away from Star wholesale. So, yeah, I was like I can't not do that. But then I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not willing to work for it.
She boxered me and said, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I did. Anyway, so, and then, their birthday party and our anniversary and all this stuff. And then getting sick. And I was just like, this is too much. I can't, what am I doing? I can't do this. So then I didn't make it to my meeting, and I hadn't been to a meeting in a couple of weeks now. Just things have been happening. But I have a power partner named Melissa, who's not on our official team. She's an adoptee, but she's working towards DIQ, and we hadn't talked in a while, and she boxered me, and I guess Shelly told on me. Because she was like, girl, when is nap time? I'm coming over tomorrow, and we're making Star. And I was like, okay, it's at 2:00, so I'll see you then. And I mean, really, and my husband he stays home with the girls. And so the summer's it's been weird because we're both here, and he drives for Uber. So he'll go out like during the day anyway. So schedules are like weird, like nothing's normal. There's no structure. There's no, like we're trying to both be used to like how to take care of them together, and then both kind of be doing our own thing. And, so it's like the middle of the day, the girls just went down for a nap. Melissa's coming over, and what do I want to do? I want to take a nap, and I want to watch Game of Thrones because we just got HBO Now so that we could watch Game of Thrones. Because when I'm done with this call, guess what I'm doing? I'm going to watch Game of Thrones. Anyway, so I'm sitting in my recliner, right? And Melissa's like knocking on the door, and I'm like, okay, great, I gotta get up. I can't go take a nap. I'm like, turn the TV off, Colin, like I gotta work. So I sat down with her at 2:00. And the girls woke up at 4, and so I was like, okay, sorry, we're done, and then at 8, I was still texting some people trying to get some things done, and I made $300. I mean, I got there, and on Wednesday I placed my order. Done. Bam.
Yay!
Yeah, it was amazing. So mostly what did it was I'm doing a fundraiser for a friend that's going to Uganda in July, and I told her that I would kind of like help with her fundraiser through the lipsticks, so that if people order that lipstick, they're giving to the Mary Kay Foundation, and they're also giving to her, her mission trip. So I told my mother-in-law that, and I said, if you can sell 10 lipsticks today before you leave work, then I'll give you your next eyeshadow or next cheek color, whatever. I was like, pretty much whatever you want for free. Like whatever, she's going to order from me next time. And she was like, okay. And like an hour later, she called me. She was like, okay, done. I'm like, what do you want me to do now? And then the other thing that did it was one of my customers, I just know that she loves mascara. And I hadn't even talked to her about our new mascara, like what's wrong with me. And so I texted her and I was like, hey, if you can sell 5, so basically I had other people sell stuff for me. I said, hey, if you can sell 5 mascaras, I'll give you the 6th one for half price. Okay, an hour later, okay, done. Now what? Like it's no big deal for them. Anyway, so that pretty much got me there. So here it is.
Yay! Cool. Yeah, Lauren, you had to have texted that to me before Monday night meeting, because I think it was right at the end of meeting, I walked up to Melissa and I was like, Melissa, you and Lauren are power partners, right? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, Lauren's not finishing her Star. She's 300 away. And she's like, oh, I'll take care of that.
She did. Oh, thank God for Melissa. I felt really, if it hadn't been for her, I would have taken a nap and watched Game of Thrones. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't. I needed her to be there.
And yeah, that's huge. That's power and power partners, and just not letting your partner off the hook. But looking back, Lauren, over that whole situation, I mean, did you learn anything from it, or what's like your takeaway from it? Or
so last week I did a weekly plan sheet, and it is on our refrigerator. And that has made a huge difference for us this week. So, and I knew it would. And I'm telling y'all, that first week of summer, I was like, But I do think I learned that next year I need to go into summer with a different mindset. But I'm notorious, just ask my husband, I take on too many projects. And in my head, I think I'm going to have so much time just because I don't have to go to work every day. But it's still life, So anyway, I just being able to plan for our whole family and like having him know when I want to do things and when he can go do things, and having me know when he's going to be gone and all that. So having that weekly plan sheet is helpful when we're all here.
Yeah. Cool. Definitely a transition time.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't have time to transition. I need it to be like, let's do this.
Yeah. Well, I'm very proud of you, Lauren. And yes,
Thanks.
We definitely need to give Melissa kudos.
Yes. Oh, Melissa.
Yeah. Yes. Awesome. So Diane, did you have any questions for her?
No. thank you for sharing. I mean, that's just
You're
some
welcome.
great examples too. The power of a power partner. And then I even love there at the end, the weekly plan sheet, you know, with the Pacesetters lessons, weekly plan sheet. And my other suggestion would be, Lauren, that get really good on your 6 most important things list. Everybody should be doing those pretty well now, because that's been on every day's lesson of Pacesetters is a 6 most important things list. You know what? And I've been in 25 years, I think 26 in September, but that's a tool, weekly plan sheet and 6 most important things list. It's never changed because it still works. We make it so hard, like we need to reinvent something. You don't. You just stick with the basics. It's consistency that will get you where you want to go. So thank you, Felicia and Lauren, both for sharing those stories. And I know that was encouraging to the others. Because, you know, we heard 2 totally different scenarios.
Yeah.
Lauren did by enlisting others to sell for her. I have not really done that. I mean, I thought that's so, I mean, I know to do that, but I've never really done that. So that's really, you know, so love that. Well, so just to kind of wrap it up, here's some thoughts I have. I was reading over an article about finishing well that my husband actually wrote, but here's some, is that Shane? Here's some, okay. Growth requires reflection, willingness to change, and a plan, because we all want to grow, but it requires reflection. That's why I'm saying, have we reflected, maybe evaluated the last 2 weeks, what we did well, what we need to do better? A willingness to change and a plan. And then John Maxwell, in his latest book titled Intentional Living, reminds us, he has a quote in that book that says, nobody finishes well by accident. I guarantee the people that go across stage at seminar, they didn't get there by accident. It didn't just happen. All right? So nobody finishes well by accident. So I want you guys to just really be encouraged that we have a lot to get done in the next 2 weeks, and it's all possible. So just, if you need a power partner, get a power partner in place. If you just need to get a plan, get it in place. Figure it out. Figure out what is going to be your win for June 30th. All right? Continue your lessons with your Pacesetters. That is helping to instill some great habits, you guys. It's one of the private victories that lead to public victories. I think it's Henshaw that said that. It's those private daily things you're doing that nobody else sees. There's no glamour in it, but it's got to be done, like booking calls, inputting profile cards on InTouch, you know, some of those things. It's just part of running a business. But doing those daily will lead to those public victories. So I'm excited to celebrate all of you on June 30th, wherever you end up. We are here for you. We believe in you guys. And I can't wait for next week to even hear more on where everybody's at. Congratulations again to the Star Consultants. If you're not registered for seminar, get it done. And we're excited for that. Thank you for being on the call tonight. Sorry, we went just a little bit long, but proud of everybody. Thank you again, Lauren and Felicia, for sharing. And have a great week. We will see you guys next Thursday.
Thank you, Diane.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.